everyone, welcome to Creative Writing with Ashleigh. This virtual enrichment is brought to you by Center for Success. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to write a Cinquain poem. Our poem's going to be about our favorite thing about spring. So before we begin, let's learn more about how to write a Cinquain poem. So to begin, there are two common versions of Cinquain poems. The first one is a syllabic version, in which each line has a certain number of syllables, like the haiku we made in the previous video. And then the other version is the didactic version. Didactic means informational. So this is the version of Cinquain poem that we're going to be learning how to write today. We're going to focus on this version because it's going to help us improve our grammar. So, the Cinquain poem has 5 lines. The first line of the poem is one word. The word will be a noun, and it's also going to be the subject of our poem. A noun is a word for a person, place, or thing. The second line will have 2 words, and the words will be adjectives. And as you may know, adjectives are words that describe a noun. Our adjectives will be describing the noun used in the first line. And then the third line will have 3 words. The words will be verbs that end in ing. Verbs are action words that describe what the noun or subject is doing. For our verbs, they'll be describing the actions of our noun in our first line. For our fourth line, we'll have 4 words, and it'll be a phrase about the subject and how it makes us feel. And then finally, the last line will have 1 word, and it will also be a noun again. The noun should be a synonym for the first word in the first line. A synonym is a word that means the same thing or nearly the same thing as another word. Now that we know how to make a Cinquain poem, let's start making our own. So to begin, we need to decide a subject for our poem. Our subject will be on our favorite thing about spring. So maybe that's Easter, or the flowers blooming, or the insects and animals coming out of hibernation, or maybe you just really love the season overall. Once you've picked a noun for your subject, you're going to need to start brainstorming adjectives, verbs, phrases, and synonyms that can be used to describe your subject. The noun that I picked is a caterpillar, because I really love seeing furry caterpillars and beautiful butterflies in the springtime. You can see that I really love caterpillars from this little guy right here. So now that I'm brainstorming, some adjectives that I can use to describe a caterpillar would be fuzzy, green, hairy, yellow, and small. Next, some verbs ending in ing that I could use to describe what caterpillars do are eating, crawling, growing, transforming, and hatching, and flying. Some phrases I thought I could use to tell more about a caterpillar are from ground to sky. I thought this was a really good one because I know caterpillars start off on the ground and then they're in the sky as butterflies. And then another phrase that I thought I could maybe use is changing inside a cocoon, because that's how they transform, is inside their cocoon. And then lastly, I thought a great synonym would be butterfly. That's because obviously caterpillars are the same thing as butterflies. They're just in different stages of life. So here is my finished poem. I have my little caterpillar up here. So it says, caterpillar, green, hairy, crawling, munching, growing, from ground to sky, butterfly. And then I even drew a little butterfly. And let's go through this. So let's go and make sure that I have the right amount of words first. So as we can see, caterpillar, so that's 1. Green and hairy, that's 2, that's what we need. And then crawling, munching, growing, that's 3, we need 3. And this line we're going to need 4, so from ground to sky, that's 4, and we need 1. Butterfly, awesome. And now let's make sure that they're the right type of words. So caterpillar, that is a noun because it is a living thing. And then green and hairy, those both are adjectives because they can describe a caterpillar. And then crawling, munching, and growing are all verbs that a caterpillar can do. And then from ground to sky, that is a phrase that could be used to describe what happens in a caterpillar's life. And then butterfly is a synonym for caterpillar. Alright, so thank you, and I hope you guys liked my poem. So again, today we learned how to write a Cinquain poem. Please comment below with your poem and share your feedback about what you enjoyed and what you would like to see more of. And thank you for sharing your time with Center for Success. We are so grateful to be part of your life and to share this new form of community with you. Bye, and I'll see you guys next week.